Hello, this is Escape from Trucking. My name's Casey. I've been a truck driver for 7 years, and I'm in the midst of a career transition into insurance adjusting. And this is my YouTube video update on that. Today, I wanted to give a review of a product I'd used to obtain my Texas All Lines Adjusters license, and that is AdjusterPro. So if you're here looking for car auto content, might not want to waste time watching me. If you're here looking for like trucking stuff, this probably isn't for you. But if you're here looking for a review on Adjuster Pro, that's what I'm here for today. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I purchased Adjuster Pro. I bought the subscription to Adjuster Pro to help me study for my insurance adjuster's exam and then pass the tests, which I did on my first try. And then I wasn't aware they had other products, but they they offered some they call it a tactical Exactimate training. Of course, Exactimate's the insurance adjusting estimatics program that most carriers and IA firms use. They offered me some tactical Exactimate training on that for for an extra $300, which I decided to take because I needed to learn Exactimate. I went through the Adjuster Pro program. It took me about 3 months. Now, I was driving a truck full time at the time, a nocturnal schedule. So, actually, it took me 4 months. It might take you a little bit less. If you have less of a grueling schedule, you might be able to get this done quicker than I could. But I wanna review three things. I want to review, first of all, the Adjuster Pro program that you use to study and then take your exam. And then I'd like to do a review of the Tactical Exactimate training. And then I'd like to do a review of some of their other bonus coursework they added, namely a Construction 101 program, which helped me out a lot because I don't have any construction knowledge whatsoever coming into insurance adjusting. And I found that Construction 101 training to be really, really good. So without further ado, let me start with the big one, the Adjuster Pro. Let me start with the pre-licensing coursework program because that's what they're best known for. Here we go. All right. So we're looking at the screen, and I'm just going to maximize the screen in hopes that you can indeed look at what I'm looking at. Now, this is what you get when you buy basically the total package. I forget exactly what they call it, but it's basically the pre-licensing course plus the Exactimate webinar. I'll go into pre-licensing course first. So this this is what it looks like. This is what let's see. It's been a while. I'm going to go into curriculum, and we'll go into, let's say, this lesson here. We'll go into a homeowner's policy lesson, and we'll go into broad form perils.
The next major development was called the broad form policy, which broadened coverage even more by
So this is what their curriculum looks like. It's really good. I found it to be really great for a few reasons. I found it easy to learn, and one of the things I really liked about this pre-licensing course is that it was multi-sensory. Well, it's self-paced, which is great. That's what we need, right? I mean, that's pretty much what everybody needs in this day and age. It's self-paced. You can pause it, you can start it, you can keep going. You can just pick up whenever, and it's multi-sensory too. That was what I It's not just there's video and there's audio. Um, you see he's
Taking
we're
the
looking at
extended
we look at
coverage
the
form
video and
and
the
adding
guy's
coverage
talking
for
at the
many
same
more
time. He'll
perils.
talk over it. So if you're a visual learner, they've got you covered. If you're an auditory learner, they've also got you covered. Which I found I'm kind of both. I'm kind of a balance between both, and I really appreciated it. I thought that was really good. I see. Look, I can't go on to the next slide until I finish this one, and I'm not going to waste your time doing that. But I'll go back. Let's go back to the curriculum then. They don't want me to do that. See, if you take a look, there's there's a lot of material. There's a lot of material in this coursework. This curriculum is very rich in material. It starts with insurance terms and related concepts, adjusting losses like your job as an adjuster, personal lines, homeowners insurance, basically, commercial lines, other types of coverages. I don't even remember what those others were. Flood insurance, NFIP, and mechanical breakdowns of, I think, commercial. Is it commercial motor vehicles? I don't even know. Umbrella and excess liability. Marine insurance. Oh my God, ocean marine. Inland marine, which is basically freight hauling. Aviation, health insurance, Texas workers' comp, Texas residual markets. Just all kinds. It's very broad. I mean, now if you're in Texas like I am, and you're getting your Texas license, actually, hold on, I'm gonna put that back to me here. Okay, if you're in Texas like I am, and you're getting your Texas license, like it's an all lines license, so you have to study all that stuff in AdjusterPro. They're really good at being comprehensive, giving you all the material that you're going to need on the test. Like they really know what they're doing. That's the impression that I got. I'll go back to AdjusterPro here. Um, they were very, very good at it, and I thought they set this curriculum up really well. I think actually the lessons themselves. I'll come back to me one more time here. The lessons themselves are really spaced out. Like we have about, on average, maybe a 45 to 50-minute attention span before we start having trouble concentrating, and their lessons are about 45, 50 minutes long. They keep them into bits and pieces that you can consume within about that time, and then you go out and take a break. And they even recommend it in the study skills lesson they have before the course starts. They recommend going out, getting some fresh air, going outside, getting a change of scenery for 5 or 10 minutes, then coming back and continuing. And I found it really. I did do that. I followed that. I would have done it anyway. I mean, I'm an accomplished learner. I'll put it that way. They would space their lessons out in accordance to that. So I found their the structure of their curriculum to be very easy to learn, I found picking up information about the insurance industry, which is something I'm obviously not familiar with at all. I know nothing about it, but I found it very natural to learn with the AdjusterPro curriculum. And I'm not even into the strongest point of this yet. I'm going to show you the thing I like the most about it right here. I think it was this one. Right? It's been like a couple months since I've even been in here. So, let's see. See, look at this. They give you the performances on all the quizzes and stuff, and they just really they will really, really calibrate your strengths and weaknesses in how you're progressing. They'll really calibrate the areas you're doing really well in, the areas you're not doing so well in, based off of practice tests and quizzes and stuff. Really fantastic, because what this allowed me to do I'll give you an example. It said, let's see, we'll open up personal lines. Personal lines. So personal lines of insurance had the standard fire policy, homeowners, Texas homeowners law, dwelling, personal auto policy, Texas auto laws, farm insurance, and crop insurance. And it showed you here, based on the quizzes I took, I wasn't doing so good in these. But by the way, by the time I got up to taking my exam, I was like green in all these. I don't know how it got red since then, but it calibrates you based on how well you do on the quizzes. And it'll tell you, like, your dwelling isn't so good. Your knowledge about dwelling policies aren't so good. So maybe work on the dwelling. Maybe come back and take some quizzes again, or just do the chapter again. I had to come back and do a couple chapters again because I wasn't doing so well, and then I'd recalibrate with the quizzes and shore up my knowledge before I took the final exam. Now I took the Texas final exam as a truck driver, coming in with no insurance knowledge, and I passed with an 88% on my first try, and I think that is thanks in no small part to hold on. I think that was thanks in no small part to this AdjusterPro curriculum. I give them a lot of credit for that. So I would give on a lettered grade system, I would give AdjusterPro an A. The AdjusterPro curriculum, I give it an A. Now, as for the tactical Xactimate, and we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at the tactical Xactimate. That was the next thing I did. Let me get me out of here. Oh boy, courses. Xactimate webinar. This is a tactical Xactimate. It takes, I think it's like 3 days or 4 days, and you have to block off either 3 or 4 hours of your time for 4 days to take the to take Xactimate. They give you a training instance, which Xactimate they're real stingy. Xactware and Verisk are stingy to the point of making me want to pull my hair out, but that's a whole other matter, I guess. They give us the tactical Xactimate. I wasn't. I'll be real up front. It wasn't as good as the pre-licensing studying, the seminars. It was really just more of a how to do things. They demonstrated how to do various things, how to add line items, how to sketch a room, how to sketch a roof, and all the various tools. And that's fine if you want a how-to just to show you around. We didn't. I really found. Now, see, I'm coming out of. See, I have a better perspective on this now than I did a few weeks ago, when I would have told you, hey, it's pretty good. I just came out of like a 10-day training session with one of the major IA firms, and we learned Xactimate for real. We learned it in the process of building actual mock claims. And in the AdjusterPro Tactical Xactimate, you don't actually do that. And it's hard to really learn Xactimate when it's done not in the context of claim writing. Like, I guess that's the whole point. If you really want to learn Xactimate, you have to do it in the context of actually writing a claim, because that's just how it works. Do I regret going through tactical Xactimate with AdjusterPro? No. It did help me. Like, I'll tell you this: when I did sit down in the training with the IA firm, I was familiar with Xactimate right off the bat, thanks to Tactical Xactimate, so it did come in handy. It was useful, uh, but it wasn't worth the additional. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I don't really. It's not like I don't feel ripped off or anything by it. I am glad that I took it, but looking back, I feel like, if you're training to be an insurance adjuster, chances are you're changing careers, and chances are you probably don't have all the money in the world. I mean, that's the biggest limitation for all of us, and I really think that there's better ways to spend $300 for training in Xactimate. Buy the workbooks, buy the freaking workbooks from Verisk. I bought those too, and I worked on those too, and that was not particularly useful, but it at least got me familiar enough. Like if I were to do this again, I'd probably get I might just get like a cheaper program, and there's plenty of cheaper ways to learn Xactimate out there than to pay AdjusterPro $300. And then I would have gone to the IA firm training, which the one I went to. Yeah. I mean, I could do Xactimate in my sleep at this point. Like I'm seriously ready to get my level 2 certification, which, by the way, is what I'm going to work on next. So, but anyway, the Tactical Xactimate AdjusterPro, I would grade that as a C. Like I said, it is helpful. It is good. But again, there's better ways to. If money's a big limitation for your training, and it is for most of us, I'd spend $300 doing something else. No shade on the instructors; they are good. I think the curriculum is pretty flawed, honestly. So I'd give it a C. I give it a C. C. It's not terrible, but there's better ways to spend your money. And finally, I want to go to the Construction 101, their Construction 101 program. And I've got a bit of a story to tell you on that. Let me turn this off. Whoa. Can you see it? Can you see it? No, you can't. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. I'll go on to this. Construction 101 is taught by a guy that goes by the name of Nugget. Apparently that was his army call sign. I don't know. This is really great. What it is and it comes for free. It's complimentary with the AdjusterPro pre-licensing coursework. It's book study in the form of a PDF or something. Well, let's go into siding, soffit, fascia, gutters. Let's look at soffit, fascia, gutters. And we'll look at soffit, fascia, gutters. See, there's the video. Geez. Is there a video? Okay, so there's a... You gotta go to related resources. It's been so long. Just forgive me. It's been a while. Here's the PDF. Soffit, fascia, gutters. And it's recommended, I think, this is the order I did it. I looked at, I did the reading, the PDF, I took the notes that I needed to take, and then I watched the video, right? I don't want to give up too much of the video because
right.
I might get dinged for copy. They might get mad at me if I show you the video because it's proprietary. And I really liked this. This was, man, it was for free, but it helped me out a lot. It was book study plus then a conversation. Not really a conversation because we're just listening to Nugget talk about stuff in the form of a video where he kind of goes over the stuff that we wrote notes on, and then there's a final exam too. This was good. I'll tell you, I don't have any construction knowledge whatsoever. I've been a truck driver for 7 years. I was a loan officer before that, and now I'm coming into insurance adjusting, and I got to tell you, in training, I felt like I was at a real disadvantage because, 50 to 75% of the classmates in there were coming from contracting work. And bro, they knew all kinds of construction stuff that I had no clue, dude, nothing. And I felt like I was really at a big disadvantage. But that construction 101 course is really good. It gives you a foundation which you can build on. You can at least have a conversation with these people. You can at least understand what the heck the instructor is talking about, and grasp it. And it gives you the basis of the home as like a system in a way that I could really understand. It didn't go way over my head. And I'll tell you another story about this. Before I went into these training programs, I took a couple of assessments with two of the big four IA firms. And in their assessments, I actually did pretty good in my construction knowledge. And that was because I was coming fresh off of the AdjusterPro Construction 101. And I took the assessments, and I passed. Like, I literally passed the assessments to be an insurance adjuster. I passed the construction portion of the assessment to be an insurance adjuster. I did terrible on the roof sketching for Xactimate. I mean, just flat out awful. I bombed. And it was one of the reasons they put me in the 10-day course instead of the 5-day course. Would have gone on the 10-day course anyway, because frankly, I know I need 10 days at least. Probably more, but I'll take the 10. I passed. Based on how I did just in the construction 101. I'll tell you. There were 3 sections of that assessment test. There was Xactimate room sketch. There was Xactimate roof sketch, and then there was like policy knowledge, and then there was construction knowledge. And I passed the policy knowledge. I did okay with the roof sketching. No, I did okay with the room sketching. I bombed roof sketching, and I mean bombed it. So they put me in the 10-day course. But I actually passed the construction assessment, which I didn't. I thought I'd bomb. I thought if I was going to bomb something, I'd bomb frickin' construction. But I passed it, and that was because of the construction 101. And I later, there were all these like course prerequisites that the IA firm made me take before I even dared to take the exam or even dared to sign up. And man, their construction, it was like monotonous. It was like a machine talking to me, and it was like I just wanted to fall asleep. But it made me realize that construction 101 course, which I suspect pretty much all of AdjusterPro's continuing education stuff is probably just as good as this. Maybe I'm endorsing that too in this video, but their construction 101 was really good on a letter grade. I'd give it an A+. I mean, it really helped me. It helped me big time. So if I've come away with this, you the viewer, if you are interested in becoming an insurance adjuster and you need pre-licensing studying, go ahead and go with AdjusterPro and get the AdjusterPro pre-licensing and take that construction 101. Because if you're brand new and you don't know anything about construction, that's going to help you a lot. It really will. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you later.